What's good, YouTube? Coming back at you guys with another video today. Today we're going to be doing some nighttime long exposure photography. I got a spot that I've been eyeing for a little bit, and it should turn out to be a pretty symmetrical long exposure shot with some card shells going by in each direction, so I'm looking forward to that. Probably going to bring out my 16mm f1.4 lens, although depending on how it goes, we might use the 40-200, so we'll have to see when we get there. Then after that, depending what time it is, we might go and try to get a couple more photos somewhere else. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button and leave a comment down below telling me what you guys want to see in the next one. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow my Instagram account as well. With that being said, let's get into the shoot. Alright, so here we are at the spot. Sorry if you guys can't hear me with the cars coming behind me, as you guys can see right behind me. We're going to try to do a long exposure, and we'll probably have to blend a couple together depending on the traffic and how it goes. As you can also see, there are the mountains behind me, which is what I was hoping for, so let's get right into it. Alright, what is up guys? We are back, and we're going to go and take a look at the photos that we got. I'm not going to do a full editing breakdown for this one. However, I am just going to kind of walk you guys through what I did and why I chose to do some of this stuff. Alright, so first up, this is just going to be one of the single raw photos, nothing done to it, just a single long exposure. And then we have when we stack them all together. And finally, the fully edited version. So here we are in Lightroom. As you guys can see, I tossed all the photos from last night in here. We then moved them over to Photoshop and picked out a couple that we wanted for the long exposure. So this is them all stacked together. And then the other thing I did, after I finished editing it, I didn't really like all this blank space in the sky. So what I did is I dragged on an old photo I had from a sunset. I changed the blend mode to overlay and then dropped the opacity and reduced the saturation. And it just kind of adds some clouds in the sky, gives it a little bit more texture, and I really think that helps. So going through my history on the side, as you guys can see, some of the things I did, just your typical contrast, exposure, hue, saturation, perspective, that was the main edit. So one of the next things I did is I didn't really like how the walls were so yellow. So what I did, let me scroll up a little bit so I can see all my edits. If you go on this brush, I painted over the walls and then just made them cool, dropped the saturation, added a hue to make them a little bit more blue. I think it looks a lot better than the yellow. The next thing I did is, if we go on my radial filter, you can see I have a couple over these light posts. One thing I really hate is orange lights, yellow lights. So if I dry this off, you can see that's what it originally looked like. So I just added this little radial filter and just kind of dropped the temperature, up the exposure, and whatnot, just to make it be a little more white, a little bit less yellow and orange. And I also did that with this light back here. Alright, the next thing I did was add a radial filter just in the whole photo to act as a vignette. So just dropped the exposure. You can see it only affects the outside. And that just kind of helps draw your focus to the center. And the last thing I did was I added this gradient filter at the top coming down and just dropped the exposure. So this just helps kind of darken the sky and once again just pull your focus into the main part of the photo, which is these long exposures. And then if we come, I had a bunch of spot removals that I did. So if we come all the way down, you can see I kind of got some star shells up in the sky and this little part of the light pole behind or where I was shooting in front of in the photo. So I just wanted to take all these out. I really didn't like just the little star shells. They kind of distracted from the main focus, and same with this. And I also just don't like that yellow color. You can see all these spot filters I had in the sky, just kind of masking this yellow part in the corner out and then fixing the center line. And yeah, that's basically most of the stuff that I did to the photos. They're pretty simple edits, just a lot of little fine touches here and there to fix it. And I was pretty impressed compared to the original. When I first saw the original, I did not think this photo was going to turn out well. I was not exactly stoked on it at all, but final product I'm pretty happy with. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like down below and maybe leave a comment letting me know what you guys want to see in the next video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and maybe consider following me on Instagram as well to see all my photos and stay up to date for when I post. With that being said, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.